First, folks, thank you so very much for humbling me and picking out of some 8 wonderful candidates. And that's what I wanted to start with. What a wonderful opportunity we had this year with the type of people that stepped forward. And I just want to take a few minutes and go through. We had lobbyists that spoke their mind and everything that's very important to District 1. And we need more people speaking that up. That will be City Manager. We had another lobbyist who happened to be a state senator whose lineage goes back 4 generations here. And his knowledge about resources and water are incredible. That would be Rusty Bowers. And then we had an attorney that really brought back the Constitution to us. And that would be Brad Coach. And the importance about how that plays in restructuring this country. Because that's what it's going to take, restructuring. We had a cardiologist, and boy, thoughts with the heart. But you also need to know a little bit more about Steve Mellon and what he's done to bring health care to rural Arizona. His families. We had a father of 5 who runs a pediatric office to stand up and give his time. He understands it. He sees what's happening in health care on the bottom level and where his family. We also had an educator who hasn't just educated in the private sector or the public sector, but also in the Native Americans. And what a gift. And last but not least, we had an economist. Boy, we need that economist more than you know. Because we're basically bankrupt. There was a great benefit of the people that came forward. And I challenge you, and I challenge them, not to let it go to waste. This election is about we. It isn't about me. Because the solutions won't come from just me. They come from each one of you. My grandfather left me a statement, and I live by it. The day you stop learning is the day you need to check out. Teach it. Help. Include yourself in the solutions. Because this government comes back to right here in this district. We make our own solutions in this district. And if you think it out, outcomes based, think about what the next 2 years are going to be. Prepare yourself. They're going to be two of the hardest years you're going to ever witness. And so what we have to do is we have to make sure that we have the goal in mind. And I challenge you also to go talk to every dentist that you know. Because then you'll understand how I work. I come knocking. The ideas that I've been successful with are not just my own. They're dentists, they're patients, they're small business. And that's where it has to happen. So with that, I hope you just give a round of applause to those 7 other people that ran for this office. I have heard from all but 2 yet to include them in where we go around the state to make a difference. Because their skill set is different from my skill set. And we have to make sure that we're hitting all these issues appropriately. That's how we come to solutions. Divide and conquer. Many hands make light work. With that being said, and you can run, but you can't hide on the record. You heard that my opponent has challenged me to 5 debates. You wonder why she wants debates? We'll check the polls out in 2 days. I don't want debates. because they're structured and they're confined. I want town halls. Because when we're taking people's jobs, when we're taking people's money, when we're taking their health care, when we're taking their homes, I want to look in someone's eyes and understand what kind of fortitude they have behind those eyes. So there'll be town halls, catch me if you can. They'll come to you instead of you having to come to me. And we'll see if she likes them apples.
Is she going to go with that? Have you heard?
Well, I'm the one who hasn't said anything. Because this is how I play the game. Business owners, you always build your employees to succeed. You give them the tools, the education, the resources to succeed. Because their light makes you shine brighter. I'm your employee right now. You're going to make me shine. And the way I do that best is have an orchestrated plan and do what's best. I sit chairside this close to everybody. I violate your personal distance. You violate mine. Okay? I'm not afraid to wade into you. I'll take your comments. I may not like them, but you know what? So it's taking the other two. Okay? And what we have to do is build it from them. Because you deserve the answers. And I guarantee you the last little challenge on that aspect is Congresswoman Kirkpatrick, you have the advantage over me. That you know all of these, or you should know most of these questions because of the laws you've passed. I'm just a plain old little young dentist. Go down Flagstaff, Arizona. I'll take my chances. But that's where we have to come into that. So we need people to get involved in health. I spent the last 2 days speaking with Republican National Committee and convincing them that they have to figure this one out a little different. This is a 1-month race. This isn't a 2-month race. This is a 1-month race. October 8th, mail-out ballots go. That is key, that is key, that is key. And I don't care if it's just Republicans. I'm going to tell you right now, if you look at the dynamics in Coconino County, we had 28,000 Democrats, we had 21,000 independents, and we had 18,000 Republicans. Start doing the math, folks. It's outreach, it's outreach, it's outreach. We're all in this together. Let's get her done. I'll have a battle plan for you a little later than tomorrow evening. Probably best by Thursday by the time I get home. But they got it. So we have some money coming. Okay? We also have businesses behind you as well. So we can get this done. But I want to tell you, thank you so very much. You humbled me. This was a great cast. And I want to include everybody. Because that's how we have to do it. So with that, I take some questions if you'd like, and go from there. I can show you guys a question first.
Well, kind of a beware comment. This book I was referring to, The Battle.
We're reading the same book.
Okay, so it says a recent study examined the policy views of members of the American Economic Association. And the study found that only 8% of economists can be considered supporters of the free market principle. Right. So beware of economists.
That's right. That's right. Well, let me give you a quick little analogy. When we were talking about the healthcare debate, all of Congress was debating or was listening to the CBO and also the attorneys from in-house. And I kept asking, do you trust what you're getting out of that legal department? No. Well, why are you reading it then? And by the way, the healthcare bill, if you read it, it still doesn't make sense. And the reason being is it cites the Secretary of Health and Human Services 1,700 times, where anywhere along those different times they can change and make differential equations based upon what they think that should be.
Are you willing to fight for repeal of that if we get a Republican Congress and president?
Well, first of all, it's going to take something. Let's go out and face.
No.
You
fight.
Let me give you. Okay? I'm a smart person. Outcomes based. I've already said I would defund it. I would try to break it down. No matter how you shape it, how you cut it, we will not have veto power on the president. None. You hold the purse strings in the House. That's the most important thing that you have to have. We have to have the House. My vote will be the first vote in 2 years not for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker. That's the first thing. Okay? Number two is then you start holding the purse strings. You hold them accountable.